Money doesn't stroll toward you. It doesn't creep in slowly like a shadow. It falls, sudden, heavy, unstoppable, like gravity. And that sets why wealth feels so unsettling. One moment it looks impossibly far, like a star you still never touch. And then, without warning, it's standing right in front of you. Not because money changed, but because you did. And that sits the terrifying part most people don't see. Money has been waiting all along. It's you who flips the switch. It's you who opens the flood. It's you who calls. And once you do, it cannot be stopped. This isn't about repeating affirmations until your throat is sore. It isn't about hoping the universe notices you. It's about understanding law. The call of authority isn't a wish. It's a force of nature. Just like gravity pulls an apple from the tree, your voice pulls money into your life. And in this video, I'm going to give you that call. The exact words that trigger the pull. A command that doesn't attract money. It makes it appear. Say it once, and you'll feel it. The weight of certainty, the inevitability of wealth, because money doesn't resist. Think about it. Have you ever dropped something heavy and tried to stop it midair? Impossible, right? The law takes over. The apple falls, the stone hits the ground. The tide pulls back to the sea. That's money. It isn't ignoring you. It isn't waiting for permission. It moves according to law. And the call of authority is law. Most people don't get this. They think they need to beg, repeat, and force it, but repetition doesn't create power. True power is never desperate. True power is one clear strike that echoes until reality bends. Like a bell tower that's silent for hours, then someone hits it once, and the sound rolls across the city. You can't unhear it. You can't pull the sound back. That's what your call is. One strike, one command. And once it's made, money has no choice but to answer. Here's the dangerous part. You've already proven this law works. Think back. When you muttered, "I never get opportunities," didn't they vanish? When you said, "Money slips through my fingers," didn't it happen again? You didn't need to repeat it for weeks. You said it once, and reality obeyed. So here's the good news. If careless words created lack, deliberate words can create wealth, and when you say the call, "I'll give you today," you'll feel the difference. Not like a hope, not like a wish, but like gravity. Unstoppable, inevitable. Because money doesn't drift. Money doesn't sit hide. Money appears when you call. So listen closely. In the next moments, I'll hand you the exact decree. The words that flip reality. The command that money cannot resist. It doesn't take time. It takes authority. And when you speak it, you'll understand why nothing in your life will ever be the same again. It obeys the law. And your call is the law. Let that go deeper. Imagine shouting across a canyon. You speak once, and the sound doesn't vanish. It travels, it bounces, it comes back louder, stretched, undeniable. That sets what happens when you issue the true call. You don't repeat it like a desperate chant, clawing at the silence. You don't beg like someone hoping the universe will finally notice. You strike it once, and the sound doesn't fade. It moves. It spreads. It echoes through the canyon of existence, shaking the invisible walls of reality itself. It weaves into the fabric of law, and once it's struck, it cannot be undone. This is why Neville Goddard said, "Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled," because assumption isn't set weak repetition. It isn't set the begging of the powerless. It isn't, said the voice of someone hoping. Assumption is law. It sets the bell that once rung keeps vibrating. It's the tide that once turned cannot be held back. It's the command that once spoken reality bends to obey. It sets the strike of the bell, a sound that cannot be taken back. It sets the pull of the tide, silent, unstoppable, obeyed by the moon itself. It's the echo in the canyon, a single voice multiplied, carried further than you could ever run. One moment of certainty, one alignment of will, one act that cannot be undone. Now picture an eclipse. You cannot summon it with effort. You cannot force the shadows to move faster. You cannot chase the alignment into existence. But when the time comes, the sky shifts, the light bends, the world holds its breath, and nothing on earth can stop it. That sips the same energy your true call carries. It doesn't strive. It doesn't negotiate. It doesn't struggle. It arrives. Inevitable. Unstoppable. Certain like the darkening of an eclipse. And that sets what terrifies most people. Because deep down, they know once they strike the bell with conviction, once they assume the wish is already theirs, there's no turning back. Reality must bend. Life must rearrange. The flood must come. Not someday. Not if you sit you're lucky. But with the same inevitability that night follows day. This is why people who understand this law live differently. They stir not frantic. They stir not desperate. They don't drown themselves in rituals. They carry a calm certainty, a stillness, because they know, once the call is made, the law is set. No doubt, no delay, no obstacle can resist its pull. Think about your own life. How many times have you already proven this law? When you said, I never get lucky, life bent to agree. When you said, money always slips away, it did. You weren't chanting. You weren't repeating. You spoke once, and like gravity, reality obeyed. That sits how powerful you already are. The only difference now is this. You're about to use that power on purpose. And let me warn you, when you finally speak the command, it won't feel light. It won't feel like some fragile mantra you whisper to convince yourself. It will hit you, heavy, like gravity pressing into your chest, unshakable, like the echo that roars back through a canyon, inevitable like the tide pulling the ocean back to shore. Because this is not imagination. This is law. Stay with me. We serve closer than ever. And when the moment comes, when you speak the command once, you'll feel the same force that turns the planets, that bends the oceans, that darkens the sky in an eclipse. Money does not resist. Money does not hesitate. Money arrives when you call. Right now, you're standing on the edge. In a moment, I'll hand you the call itself. And once you hear it, there's no going back. If you're ready to cross that line, lock in right now. Because most people circle their entire lives around this truth, never realizing how close they were. But you're here, one step away from the words that make money appear. And before I give them to you, I need you to feel the weight of this moment. Think of the ocean. Just before a wave rises, the water pulls back. The air tightens. The world holds its breath. That's where you are now. In the pause before the surge, the moment before everything changes. Because once you release this call, wealth won't trickle in. It will crash. Picture this. You're standing beside the tracks as a roaring train approaches. Long before it even appears, you can feel it in your chest. The ground shudders. The air vibrates. Your whole body knows something massive, something unstoppable, is rushing toward you. That sips the same energy your call carries. The results show up before they seem visible. Your chest tightens, your skin tingles, your spirit whispers the truth. Money is already in motion, already shifting, already bending reality in your direction. And when it arrives, it doesn't crawl, it doesn't hesitate. It slams into your life with the force of inevitability. But here's the tragedy. Most people never let themselves reach this point. They quit at the edge. They confuse effort with power. They confuse repetition with law. And in doing so, they exhaust themselves, chasing something that was always waiting to answer their call. Wealth is not a chase. Wealth is not a negotiation. Wealth is a response. And the moment you understand this, everything shifts. The panic dissolves. The begging ends. The frantic energy of trying falls away. Because now you realize you were never powerless. It was only your disbelief that chained you. It was only your doubt that kept you running in circles. Think about it. Gravity doesn't ask you to prove yourself before it works. The tide doesn't make you chant 1,000 times before it returns. The train doesn't slow down just because you look away. Law doesn't hesitate. Law doesn't forget. Law doesn't need your permission. And once your voice strikes like the bell, once your call goes out, the law is already moving. It echoes. It multiplies. It rearranges the world around you until it has no choice but to deliver. So remember this. The people who live as beggars stay beggars, not because the law ignored them, but because they never trusted it long enough to answer. But those who dare to believe once, those who call with authority and then stand still in that certainty, they don't just attract wealth, they embody inevitability. And once you know that, once you feel it in your chest like the echo of the train, you shall never see yourself as powerless again. Neville Goddard said it best. Dare to believe in the reality of your assumption and watch the world play its part. Notice he didn't say beg the universe until it feels sorry for you. He didn't say repeat it 1,000 times until it sticks. He said, dare to believe once, because belief isn't fragile. It sits law. Belief is law, and law doesn't need reminders. Here steers the test. Can you hold still long enough to let the law work for you? Can you resist the urge to scramble, to chase, to panic, and simply trust that when you call it appears? This is where most people fail. They call once, then they panic. They look around asking, where is it? Why hasn't it shown up yet? And in that moment, they cancel their own authority. But when you understand this, you stop panicking. You stop checking. You stop waiting. Because, the tide is already turning. The train is already on the tracks. The call has already gone out, and money is on its way. So lean in, because in a moment, I'm going to hand you the call itself. The exact words you'll only ever need to say once, a decree that pulls wealth like gravity, like tides, like inevitability itself. And when you hear it, something inside you will shift. You still feel it in your body. A shiver, a spark, an echo, and you shall know this is it. This is the line. This is the call. The same way an eclipse arrives on time. The same way lightning strikes once and changes everything. The same way gravity never fails. Your call carries that same certainty. And here it is. Money appears when I call. Let it sink in. Not a prayer, not a wish, not a someday, a decree, a law, a line reality cannot cross. Say it once, feel it, let it drop into your chest, like a stone falling into still water. Money appears when I call. Do you feel it? That subtle shift, almost invisible, yet undeniable. The weight in your chest, the electricity crawling across your skin, the sudden chill as if the air itself is holding its breath. That isn't set imagination. That sets reality bending. The same way gravity pulls a stone to earth, the same way the tide always returns to the shore, the same way an eclipse unfolds whether you're ready or not. Money has no choice. It doesn't resist. It doesn't hesitate. It moves toward you, instantly, obedient to the law, because you called. Say it again with me. Money appears when I call. This isn't sit. Just words. This isn't motivation. This is transformation. From now on, you don't live like someone who hopes. You live like someone who knows. Every step, every choice, every thought flows from this truth. Money appears when I call. And once you embody it, the old you is gone forever. The one who begged, the one who doubted, the one who chased. That old self, the doubter, the beggar, the one who waited and wished, is gone, buried, laid to rest with every fragile thought that ever kept you small, because now you don't set walk as a seeker. You don't walk as a dreamer hoping for a chance. You walk as law. You walk as authority. And when law speaks, creation has no choice but to listen. Wealth doesn't hesitate. It bends. It answers. It moves. So let's seal it here. Right now, not tomorrow, not someday, not when conditions are perfect. Here, in this breath, in this moment, where your power lives, stand taller. Let your chest rise. Feel the command gathering in you like thunder before the strike. And when you speak, don't set whisper. Don't step beg. Let it drop heavy, like gravity. Let it carry weight, like a bell that keeps ringing long after the strike. Say it once. Say it as law. Money appears when I call. Now stop. Feel the silence after it. Feel the echo in your body, in your chest, in your skin. That sets reality shifting. That's the command vibrating through the unseen, carving its path back to you. Breathe it in, slow, steady, certain. Let it fill your lungs. Let it ground into your bones. Carry it forward like fire. Carry it as if it sits, already done, because it is done. This isn't set theory. This isn't stead practice. This isn't set a someday hope. This is law, alive, unshakable, undeniable. And now, you walk as it, and law always obeys.